What is up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to Pirates Live 412 for the week, the Cone Hoisters Weekly Show. I am Mason Sapesky, your host. Today we're going to do some housekeeping. We do have some quick housekeeping notes to discuss today. We then will discuss the Pirates' road trip to South Beach to take on the Marlins and discuss the home games against the Red Sox. We'll then name our star of the week. We'll do the standings check as always. And then we'll do minor league standings, prospects update, and then we will move on to our tilts this week against the Tigers and the beginning of a long road trip out west against the Dodgers, Padres, and Cardinals. We're only discussing the Dodgers, though, for tonight. So anyway, though, let's get into it here. This is going to be a quicker show. The game today got delayed and was crazy, so we will be speeding it up today. I'm not going to talk as much for sure, and there's not much to say, but yeah. And the other thing is this, I'm going to be printing today on my computer, so if you hear any noises, it's that. I have to multitask today. I'm going to be talking while filming a lot, so that's just because the game today was really long, and I do have some stuff I need to get done by tomorrow, so yeah, I'm going to be multitasking a considerable amount here. So I do apologize for not maybe being on my A game tonight. This is going to be a shorter video as well. So again, I'm sorry. It's just because of the delay. Two housekeeping notes. Number one, Steelers Live 412 and Panthers Live 412 are both fully up and running. Steelers Live 412 I know is. Panthers is not. Steelers, the one, I lied. I should have never said that. They're not. Steelers Live 412 on Instagram, TikTok, and X are fully up and running. On YouTube, I'm trying to work on getting Steelers Live 412 up. I'm hoping this week. It's just been wild getting it up. YouTube's being really weird about it. So I will hope to get that up this week. For Panthers, I'm going to do that all this week. So those should be up by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. So those will be fully up and running this week, which is great. And obviously, for one thing, I did mention that once the season ends, we will be doing our show on Monday at the end of if we miss the playoffs, which I think is likely at this point, unfortunately. Not that the team had a bad week. In fact, they had a solid week compared to how the past couple weeks have been. However, it's increasingly likely the team will miss the playoffs, unfortunately. And I'll get further into what I think they have to do. But if that happens and holds true, on Monday, September the 28th, we will be doing an end-of-season recap show. Again, sorry for the eye contact. It's just the fact of multitasking because I have to today. I'm just really busy. But anyway, we'll do a recap show on September 28th, and I'll talk a little bit more about it then. But anyway, this show will continue in the off-season. However, it's going to be significantly reduced. And it's going to move from Sundays to Saturdays. Because I have other things on Sunday that I'm going to discuss. But this show is 100% getting moved out of its Sunday slot due to the off-season. Some weeks it might be Thursdays. Some weeks it might be Fridays. Most it will be Saturdays, though. But this show will be on Saturdays, and it'll only be like 15, 20 minutes. And we will be substituting a lot. So obviously your format now is game recap, player of the week, standings, farm standings, minor league top 10, and then preview the week ahead. Obviously, we won't be previewing the week ahead. We won't be doing a lot of that. The only thing we will be doing, and it will be once a month probably, is recapping or talking about the prospects. We will be talking, though, it'll mostly be just MLB news, Pirates news, MLB signings, and Pirates signings. Like, it will be very short. 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20. So that's that. And that'll be Saturdays, maybe Thursdays or Fridays some weeks. But without further ado, let's get into the games here because I want to go quick tonight on this one because I have a lot to do, as I mentioned. We're going to briefly discuss these games, as I said. First off, the loss to the Marlins Tuesday night, 2-0. Skeens only threw 65 pitches. He did not look his best at all. I didn't really watch much of it. The runs scored, I know it says otherwise, but it doesn't feel like he had his best day at all. He has not been his best self this year, and that is very, very unfortunate considering the investments that this team made for sure. However, it is what it is. This is not the season he wanted. This is not the season anybody wanted Paul Skeens to have. Paul Skeens did not want this. You have to remember that. And he will bounce back. He's going to be better because of this. So it's just been a tough year for him. It's a tough loss, but it is what it is. Wednesday, we lost to the Marlins 8-2. It felt like the locker room was lifeless. Thank God Donnie spoke up and talked to them and just said, we feel sorry for ourselves. And what he said was very true. They did feel sorry for themselves. It was just a sorry game, a sorry performance, and we looked pathetic on Wednesday night. We gave ourselves a chance early on, but other than that, we didn't have it in us, which it sucked. You can't be like this when you're fighting for a playoff spot. Just can't be. And this is the team you're fighting, or one of the teams. So it's not good enough. It's simply not good enough, and that's disappointing and pathetic. Thursday, though, we made up for it completely. Rafael Flores, he went off. So great day for him. Great day for the team in general. Mangum and Triolo came up big in this one as well. We really needed to find a way to take a win in this game, and that we did. And I'm very, very happy and thrilled that we took this game. So it wasn't a great series in Miami, but it was a fair series, put it at that. Wednesday and Thursday kind of balanced themselves out, and Tuesday was just bad. So there's that. Friday against the Red Sox felt like a significant turning point for the team. We won this game 8-4. We went off against a solid lefty. Going against lefties and doing well has definitely been one of our weaknesses this season, and we were very, very, very successful at it, though. So that's that, and I was so freaking thrilled that we actually went off against a lefty and did a great job against that lefty. So that was a great win. Valdez led the way again. I'm very impressed by him this homestand. So yeah, there's that great 8-5 win. Yesterday, unfortunately, was not pretty on PNC Park Replica Statue Day. I was at the game. Very not good. Sonny Gray once again set down the Pirates. No runs for the Pirates at all yesterday. Sonny Gray, like I said, set them down. Wilyer Abreu with the early home run. That's what pretty much put the Red Sox in a good place. They scored a few runs off Luke Weaver in the ninth, but that's about it, really. Red Sox take this one 4-0. Just not a good day. You're going to have those sometimes, but at this point in the year, it's running out of time to have a lot of bad days. So just put it at that, period. Today, it was a very freaking wild game. Rain delay was at 2 hours, 34 minutes. Ironically, the rain delay and the game time itself were the exact same. 2 hours and 34 minutes, which was crazy. It was a long day for me there, and that's why I'm going to be quick with this one because I want to get to bed here soon. So, yeah, as Marilyn Valdez set the tone for this day again against the lefty, I mentioned this before. He is the long-term pillar of our offense. You've got to extend this guy at the end of the year. He's been on a tear recently. I love what he has done. So, yeah, he's a great player, and this is somebody who needs to be the pillar of our offense for a long time. So that's what I need there. And it was a good win. It was a very good win. Glad to see them actually be able to finish the game, even though it was a long day and this video is going to be shorter, but it is what it is. So, yeah, there's the week in Buccos baseball. The team went 3-3. It doesn't feel like there's much to talk about. Obviously, I've been following and I've been invested in hype-wise into the Steelers a lot recently, with their preseason game. Drew Aller lit it up for sure. Check out Steelers Live 412 for that. But I haven't really followed the Pirates much really until this weekend for a little while. I've watched bits and pieces of all the games. I've obviously watched highlights. I've followed them. So, but not to the extent. And, like, these videos need to be shorter anyway. So, yeah, there's that. It was a free week. Not bad, not good. Progress, though. Anyway, now it is time to name our star of the week for the week. And this one is a good one for sure. I'm very excited to name him the star of the week, because I think it's been due to name him the star of the week. I know, like, people criticize as I get my paper out. You're going to know who it is as soon as I say this. But a lot of people are very critical of the David Bednar trade. As I speak while I'm in my filing cabinet, that's why you can't see me. But anyway, a lot of people are very critical of the David Bednar trade. And they have every right to be critical of the David Bednar trade because of how good he is. However, you can't make this up. I thought Cherington got a solid prospect in Rafael Flores Jr. in that trade. And this week showed that he is a solid prospect, and he can be an impact player for the Pirates. 2 home runs on, 2 home runs Thursday, 1 on Friday, and he's kind of woken up. And he's kind of on a tear, and he's shown what he's done. He's had a very good week this week, and I'm very thrilled with the week he has. And, yeah, it's his turn. So congratulations to Rafael Flores Jr. for being named this week's Star of the Week. Very deserving of it. Very thrilled to see the performances he had this week. He's hitting the ball. He's coming up when we need him to. So, yeah, good job. So congrats to Rafael Flores Jr. on winning that award. So far, we started back in May 3rd with Henry Davis. May 10th, we had Spencer Horwitz win the award. May 17th, Andy Rodriguez. The 24th, Connor Griffin won it. 31st, Braxton Ashcraft. June 7th, Brandon Lau. June 14th, Paul Skeens for hanging out with the kids. That was great. June 21st, Brian Reynolds. June 28th, Ryan O'Hearn. July 5th is Maron Valdez. July 12th, Ryan O'Hearn. July 26th, Jacob Gonzalez. August 2nd, Brandon Lau. August 9th, Bubba Chandler. And August 16th, Rafi Flores Jr. won the award. And now the printing is going to start, so just keep open to that. I apologize. But, yeah, congrats to Rafael Flores Jr. Now let's breeze through the standings. Let's discuss the standings here real quick for you guys. It's definitely getting interesting for sure. The big news this week, as I mentioned, is the bar gets raised. Remember the past couple weeks or past few weeks how it's been 10 games to be given a chance to early by me? That bar is getting lowered today. We're gonna have a boundary now. It's getting lowered from 10 games to 8 games. So the moral of the story is this. If you are within 8 games, you still have a strong to decent chance of being able to catch and get in. However, if you are not within 8 games, you don't have much of a chance. So that's that for that. But anyway, let's talk here. Let's go through divisions. And I will go through it with you at the very end, and you'll understand. Anyway, here we go. AL East, Tampa Bay, 74-49. New York Yankees, 69-55, 5.5 back. Red Sox, 66-58, 8.5 back. Orioles, 61-63, 13.5 back. Blue Jays, 61-65, 14.5 back. Again, sorry about this printer, everybody. AL Central, White Sox, 65-58, leading the division, obviously. Tigers, 60-64, 5.5 back, starting to pull away. Twins, 60-65, 6 back. Guardians, 60-65, 6 back. Royals, 51-74, 15 back. AL West, Houston Astros, they lead that division. Texas Rangers, 61-60. The Astros are 63-62, by the way. Rangers, you're 61-64, 2 back. Mariners, 59-66, 4 back. Athletics, 49-75, 13.5 back. Angels, 49-76, 14 back. NL East time. Braves, 74-50, leading the NL East. Phillies, 67-58, 7.5 back. Marlins, 64-61, 10.5 back. Nats, 60-66, 15 back. Mets, 56-69, 18.5 back. Interesting. Nats are cold. NL Central time now. Brewers, 77-48, leading our division, and I think they're leading the league. Cubs, 72-58, 5 back. Cardinals, 63-61, 13.5 back. Bucks, we are 61-65, 16.5 back. And the Reds are finally back in last place at 59-64, 17 back. NL West time. Dodgers, you're 74-51, leading that division. Padres, 67-58, 7 back. Diamondbacks, 66-59, 8 back. Giants, 51-73, 22.5 back. And the Rockies, 50-74, 23.5 back. All right, let's talk about the wild card now. We'll do the wild card, then we'll discuss the hottest and the coldest teams, and then I'll go for and do my little elimination thing with you guys. In the American League right now, just let me check this real quick. Okay, we're good. Sorry. But in the American League now, leading the AL East and the American League, the number 1 seed, the Tampa Bay Rays. They are your number 1 seed in the American League and would earn a bye. Also earning a bye are the 2nd seed, the AL Central leading Chicago White Sox. Your 3rd seed leading the AL West would be the Houston Astros. So there is that. There's that. You're on to the wild cards now. Your 4th seed, your 4th seed and the 1st AL wild card, the New York Yankees. Your 5th seed and the 2nd AL wild card, the Boston Red Sox. Your 6th seed, the 3rd AL wild card, and the last team in, if it all ended today, are the Baltimore Orioles at 61-63. Just wow. Just freaking wow. They could be the Cinderella of this year if they get in that spot. I'm just saying. And we'll get to that in a minute. A half a game out, and the first team out as of today would be the Texas Rangers. A game out are the Toronto Blue Jays. A game out are the Detroit Tigers. It's wild. The game and a half out are the Twins. A game and a half out are the Guardians. 2.5 out are the Mariners. 10.5 out are the Royals. 12 out are the Athletics. 12.5 out are the Angels. So we're going to do what I'm saying now. Let's take a look at this. If you're less than 8 games out, you're still kind of like, quote unquote, in it. Like in the thick of this. That means the Royals, Athletics, and Angels are really not in the thick of things. They're pretty much done at this point, in my opinion. This AL, you have a complete and total logjam here. Like, how is Baltimore in this? I don't get it. They just swept Tampa, I know, but that's crazy. If they get in, wow. But all these teams, if you had to tell me one of these teams would make it, I'd say, honestly, Toronto. I'd say Toronto, then Cleveland, then Seattle, then Texas, then Baltimore, then Detroit, then Minnesota. It's crazy. It's chaotic. But it's going to be fun. Now onto the NL now, where the teams are a little bit better than the AL. First off, leading the NL Central, the National League, and Major League Baseball as a whole, the number 1 seed right now, the Milwaukee Brewers. Leading the NL... So there's the Brewers, the best team in baseball. Leading the NL East right now, your 2 seed, the Atlanta Braves. And leading the NL West and the 3 seed, the Los Angeles Dodgers. The 4th seed and your first NL wild card are the Chicago Cubs, who are 5 games up on 2 teams that are tied right now. The 5th seed and your second NL wild card, the Philadelphia Phillies. And the 3rd seed, your final NL wild card, and the last team in, if things ended today, the San Diego Padres. I want to go back to the AL real quick to tell you something. Yankees are 8 up on Boston, who's the 5th wild card. Boston is 5 up on Baltimore, who's the 6th. So there's those teams. Back to the NL. A game out right now, and the first team out if things ended today are the Arizona Diamondbacks. 3 games out, the Miami Marlins. 3.5 out are the Cardinals. 6.5 out are us. 7 out are the Reds. 7.5 out are the Nationals. 11 out are the Mets. 15.5 out are the Giants. 16.5 out are the Rockies. So our new standards didn't have any casualties today. They didn't take away any teams today, since the Mets, Giants, and Rockies are still the only ones out. However, in the NL, it's rather close to claiming free. The Bucks, the Reds, and the Nats. So keep an eye out for next week. Things might not be good next week on this show. Just saying. Alrighty, let's do our hottest and coldest teams. We're doing great timing-wise for sure. Hottest and coldest teams. In the American League, the hottest team this week still are there's two. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays, each at 7-3. Those are your two hottest teams. In the NL, your hottest team and the hottest team in Major League Baseball are the San Diego Padres right now at 8-2. They're really starting to start at the right time. But we'll know for sure in like 4 weeks. Whoever starts searching in 4 weeks is in a good spot. Your coldest team right now are your coldest team or slash teams or whatever are in the American League. The Boston Red Sox, the Seattle Mariners, and Kansas City Royals, all 3-7. So we played Boston during their cold stretch. We'll take it. Yes. In the NL, your coldest team right now is, ironically, it's not us. It is the Giants, who are 51-73 and are only fifth. The Rockies are only a game out of not being in last place with the Giants. Like, the Giants are just really bad this year. Don't be shocked if Tony Vitello gets fired. We'll talk about hot team managers for sure that last game of the year, 6 weeks on that side. We'll talk about that. And we'll recap Black Monday, obviously, on the season finale. But anyway, there's that. Giants are just really bad this year. Really bad. So that's your standings for you. Let's do a quick postseason prediction. I will predict the playoffs with this field that's set today. Again, this is not an official playoff field. I will predict this if this is the playoffs. If it ended today and this is your MLB postseason. Again, there's still a ton of time left to go. First off, your 6 free matchup in the AL, Orioles and Astros. I would pick the Orioles in this one. They're the 6th seed. They're going on the road. Yeah, Orioles. Red Sox, Yankees in your 5-4. I'm going to pick the Yankees to win this one. I'll pick the Yankees. Yankees and Rays. I'm going Rays. Orioles and White Sox. It's the White Sox first postseason. I'm not expecting a lot out of them. I saw a meme out there somewhere that they could win it all, but I don't think they will win it. I'm going with the Orioles. I think the White Sox are going to be vulnerable early on. I do. Orioles and Rays. I'm going Rays. Padres and the Dodgers. You're 6-3. I'm going Dodgers easy. Phillies and the Cubs. You're 5-4. I'm going Cubs easy. Cubs and Brewers, you're 4-1. I'm going to go Brewers. Dodgers, Braves, you're 3-2. I'm going to go Dodgers. I do think the Dodgers find a way to take one and then go back to Chavez, Ravine, and win the series. Or Ravine. Dodgers and Brewers, I'm going Dodgers. I just am. They get high in the playoffs. Dodgers and Rays, Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are in a good spot to repeat right now. I think they will repeat. So, yeah, that's what I'd say right now. Now let's look at our minor league standings. We're doing great on time. There is a new top prospects list, so I want to talk about that a little bit as well. Or I think we talked about that last week, to be honest with you. We'll maybe go a little more into it here, but we're moving at a great pace, and yeah, I think we could get this done quick. International League, our AAA team, Indianapolis. They're leading the International League West right now, 28-17. 1 game up on St. Paul, who's with the Twins. The Indianapolis is 6-4 in their last 10. Not good, but not bad. We are the best team right now in the International League, which is great. That's huge. AA, Eastern League right now. Our team here, unfortunately, is not doing too well. In Altoona, they are in last place. 18-26, 12.5 games back of the leading Erie Seawolves here with the Detroit Tigers. 3-7 in the last 10, which is disappointing. Not enough. Certainly not enough right now. Reading is leading the other division, but Erie's leading it as a whole. We are not the worst team right now. Now Hartford, who's with Colorado, is. For our high A team, Greensboro Grasshoppers, they're 2.5 back of Frederick right now, who's with Baltimore and just really good. Greensboro is 27-21, 2.5 back of Frederick, 5-5 in their last 10. I want to tell you what Altoona is in theirs because I forgot. Altoona's 3-7 in theirs. That's just not good enough. And they have O'Neill Cruz, I think. So that's funny. Hopefully O'Neill comes back this week or in LA. That's that. But there you go for that. Greensboro's 2.5 back of Frederick. And Frederick's the best team in the South Atlantic League, which is good. Because Bowling Green's leading the other one. Who's with Tampa. Not a surprise. Single A now in the Florida State League. This season, I think, is coming to an end soon. Hayden Panettiere, he was in the Nashville and Heroes. She passed away at 36 years old, so God rest her soul. Very sad to hear. All right, on to the Florida State League now. Bradenton is 17-30. They're in last place in that. 14 games back of the first place Tampa Yankees. They are 14 back of them. Bradenton is 3-7 in their past 10 games. Just not good enough. Just not good enough. And Tampa does have the best record in the whole thing. And the whole league. St. Lucie and us are tied. St. Lucie is with the Mets. Dominican Summer League, that's still going, I believe. Let's check in and see how that's going. Yeah, that's still going. DSL Pirates Gold is in last place. 22-31, 11.5 back of the first place. DSL Brewers Gold. DSL Pirates Gold is 4-6 in their past 10, which is not good enough. Some of these teams are not good enough. I'm just going to say that. And for DSL Pirates Black, who's in the Southwest, 29-23, 2 games back right now of the first place. DSL Mariners. DSL Pirates Black are 7-3 in their past 10, which is great. In the Dominican League right now, it looks like the best team is DSL Padres Gold is 40-14. They're the leaders in the club. They are the best team in DSL right now, 40-14. Your worst team in DSL is Miami at 12-41. Or no, it's not. DSL Padres Brown is at 11-42 as I scroll. DSL Padres Brown is at 11-42. That is hilarious. You have DSL Padres Brown, who's the worst team in that, at 11-42. And then you have DSL Padres Gold, who's the best team at 40-14. That is actually very funny, to be honest with you. DSL Pirates Gold, by the way, is in the Dominican Summer League Central. DSL Pirates Black is in the Dominican Summer League Southwest. So play that. At least we're not like the Padres. We have our low, which is very low, and we have our high, which is very high. And the Florida Complex League is obviously over. 26-30, the Pirates finished there. Just not good enough. So obviously right now our top teams, and they're really doing a great job there, are Indianapolis and Greensboro. Very impressed by them. Great job by them. And our not so good teams are pretty much everyone else but that DSL Pirates Black. So you got to get a better farm system. Let's look at our top 10 prospects now in that farm system. And then we're going to end this video. We're going to call it a video here real quick. Again, I'm going to try to make them much quicker like tonight. So tonight's going to be the new norm. Okay. What? Okay, whoa. Okay, yeah. I don't know if we talked about this last week, but they updated it with the draft rankings, and Derek Curl's on there. Where is he? We'll get to that in a second here. So let's talk about the new rankings here from MLB Pipeline right now and how they reflect. And I want to actually spend some time on this here because it's important tonight. Number 1, obviously, is still Seth Hernandez, right-handed pitcher, high A, 2028. So that's that for Seth Hernandez. You're still in a good spot there. Number 2 is still Edward Florentino, outfielder, High A, 2028. Number 3, and making his debut, here we go now, is outfielder Derek Curriel, who was our top pick in the draft this year, number 5 overall. He is an outfielder. He will be he's our third-ranked prospect right now. He's in rookie ball. His estimated time of arrival is 2028. He is my age. That's crazy. Wow. Just wow. Good for him, though. Good for him. So our top 3 prospects are now still 2028, which makes it very interesting. Again, that's great. Just have to finish something here for my printing, so my bad. But 2028. Number 4, at third base, AA 2027, Murph Gray. Murph Gray. Again, you're still on the right track. Number 5, shortstop, High A 2028, Wyatt Sanford. Still 2028. Great. Number 6, Aiden Ruiz, shortstop, rookie ball, 2030. He was a draft pick, so that's good. 2030, you give him some time. Probably won't be up there till then, or maybe a little later. But again, it's good. You give him some time. Don't rush him. He's young, and we have shortstops. So that's good. Number 7, Axiel Paz, catcher, first baseman, High A, 2028. Number 8, catcher, Easton Carmichael. Double A, 2028. Again, still very good. That's great. Number 9, Chris Rembert, second base, single A, 2028. Or no, 2029. It's okay. I mean, we are kind of in need of a second baseman up here, but if we could get somebody to plug and play for the next 2 years until Rembert comes up, that would be just fine by me. Again, we have a lot. Here's the thing. Right now, looking at this, we have a ton of catchers and first basemen in here. We have 2 shortstops. We probably need another second baseman or have Sanford go over and play second base. And we need some more pitchers in this system. We definitely need some pitchers. They need to start getting top 10 ranked pitchers and investing more in pitchers in the earlier rounds in the draft again. This is a big deal. This is a fact. This is a problem right now. We lack pitchers in our top 10. That is a problem, if you want my honest to God opinion on that. So there's that. But anyway, Chris Rembert, second baseman. You need him. Big part. Keep it as is. And number 10, last but certainly not least, is Edglin Perez, catcher, first baseman, single A, 2028. So yeah, there's your top 10 prospects. For the other draft picks, we're going to talk about the mated. Number 11, Johan De Los Santos, shortstop, 2030, again in rookie ball. I think he's a draft pick. Or no, he signed here January 15th, 2025. I'm sorry, he's not a draft pick. Signed here. Jason DeCaro out of North Carolina. He was a draft pick. He is in rookie ball right now, 2029, ranked 17. Andrew Giles, rookie ball 2030, ranked 18th. He was our 4th-round pick. Darrell Morrell, was he a pick? No, he wasn't. He was signed. Carlos Tejada, he was signed. And Gilbert Ramirez, again, he was signed. Some other notable names in this system now. Youngston Garcia, the password, all the way down to AAA, or all the way down to 13. Like, there's a young wave, something exciting to look forward to in the future. I don't think the password, unfortunately, is part of our future, and I think it would be worthwhile for both sides to potentially consider moving on in the offseason, because there is talent here. I just don't think it's going to work out here in Pittsburgh, unfortunately. Same goes with Hunter Barco. Again, there's talent there, but I just don't know how well it's going to work out in Pittsburgh. Termer Johnson, all the way down to 19. His debut time was pushed back to 2027. Again, there's a youth wave coming. I just don't know how good it's going to work out here. This is a guy you could consider moving in the offseason. Wani White, Johnny Severino, not Antoine Kelly. The password, maybe move Exil Perez or Easton Carmichael, or Edglin Perez, or Exil Piaz, Easton Carmichael, and Edglin Perez. Like, those are the guys you probably should be looking at moving on from in the offseason. So there's that. There's certainly that. So yeah, that's that for that. There's your top 10 prospects. So let's preview this series against the Tigers and the Dodgers. I just want to make sure I hit all the bases here and covered everything for you guys like we typically do. We did do the, we did do the housekeeping at the beginning. We recapped the games. Did housekeeping. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think here. Recap the games, yes. We did housekeeping as normal. Yes. We did the recapping the game. Sorry, I'm just very confused. We did housekeeping. We recapped the games. We did our start of the week. We did our standings check. We looked at the minor league standings. We looked at the top prospects. And then we will now preview the game. So, yeah, we're good. Smooth and quick. All right, anyway, though, let's look at this one here. There's a ballpark by bracket. That's interesting. Here we go. Tigers this week, Monday night, tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. on ESPN. That should be fun for sure, seeing this team on national television. Tuesday night, 6:40 p.m. Wednesday at 12:35 p.m. Then the team heads out west to take on the Dodgers in LA. 10:10 Friday night, 7:15 Saturday night on Fox, and Sunday 4:10. Those are your games in LA. Let's look at the pitching matchups, and then we'll estimate records for this week. Here's what I need. There is something the Pirates need to do, though, this week. And it is called going 14-16. Or winning 14 out of your next 16. I'm sorry, my bad. You got to win 14 out of your next 16. And there's a reason for this. That gets you to 75-67. That puts you firmly in the mix, which is Utes. And it starts this week. Anything less than a sweep against Detroit, I think, would be disappointing. But let's look at the data here and let's make some predictions, shall we? For tomorrow night's game, 7:05 p.m., Framber Valdez and his 4.26 ERA will match up against Carmen Mlodzinski and his 3.79 ERA. It's nice that we have an ERA advantage there, considering that he is still a good pitcher. Framber. So, yeah. They paid him a ton, too. Tuesday night, 6:40 p.m., Kaider Montero with a 3.22 ERA will go against Braxton Ashcraft with a 3.88 ERA. Wednesday. Tomorrow's our last Monday home game of the year, if you could believe that. That's crazy. If we don't make the playoffs, which unfortunately I don't think we will. Wednesday, Jackson Jobe with a 6.23 will go against Paul Skeens with a 3.88 ERA. Friday. Let's move on now. Move ahead as I print. Friday. Steelers play the Jets Friday, so it's not like I'm unfortunately not going to be able to talk much about this one, but it is what it is. We'll have highlights, so we'll watch that. We'll talk then. Friday. Jerry Jones with a 4.78 against Yoshinobu Yamamoto with a 2.60. On Saturday, on Fox's Game of the Week, we will share with that Detroit, Kansas City, San Fran, and Boston, and us in LA. Wilbur Dotel with a 4.71 against Tariq Skubal with a 4.09. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go very good. And on Sunday, in the series finale in LA, Carmen Mlodzinski with a 3.79 against Blake Snell with a 5. I know we have some ERA advantages, but to be honest with you, this is going to be a wild prediction. I think we swept and get swept. That's just me, though. Swept and get swept is my prediction for this week ahead. I think you sweep the Tigers. I do. And then I think you get swept by LA. I hate to say it, but I just think that's how it is. It's the way it is. That's the way it goes. The way this video ends is the way it's been. Yeah, that's pretty much all we had today. One of our shortest videos in a while. It's going to be shorter pretty much hopefully throughout the rest of the year. Well under an hour today at 40 minutes. So, yeah, that's really all I have, though, for the weekly show. I'll see you right back here next week. We'll just do the same thing. Hopefully it is quick pace as well. We will also then recap the time. We'll do some housekeeping, but probably not much. Recap the Tigers and the Dodgers, Scooble's teams. Start of the week. What else? Start of the week. Standings for majors and minors. Top prospects, which will be quick this week. And then we'll preview the games against the Padres and the Cardinals. So, yeah. Getting closer to the end, guys. 6 weeks until the last one of these, kind of. So, yeah. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you back here next week. In the meantime, have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace and God bless. See you back here next week. Bye. Have a good week, everyone.